that your first or second beer, Ben?
The After Hours Podcast.
Anyway, welcome to the show. This is episode 3 of the After Hours Podcast. Now that we're 50 minutes in. As of yet untitled, we'll figure it out at the end. We've got the usual suspects. Jack's here.
Hiya.
Hiya, Jack.
Yari.
Ben's here, as usual. Hiya, Ben. And Owen and Ryan are here, which is great.
Hello.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I think that's the first time we've ever actually introduced.
I think it is, actually.
It's nice.
No, I've never met you guys before. But
Where you all from? Ryan, you start. Go on. Where you from, mate? Let's all go around the circle.
if everyone to look blankly, Rugeley.
Where's Rugeley, Ryan?
It's actually under the water like Atlantis, but it's easy to find. So it's not very good.
Like a little flag.
Yeah, it's not like a holiday destination.
sign.
Yeah, it's like, there it is.
The found city of Atlantis.
Yeah. It's just there. It's not very good, and it's really wet.
Well, where are you from, Jack?
I'm from Salford.
Oh, yeah.
Born and bred.
That's in Manchester,
Salford.
isn't it?
No. Salford's not in Manchester, and a famous quote from a good film I can't remember the name of. Salford's its own city with its own cathedral, Ben.
White Chicks.
Leave it there. White Chicks was the film.
Owen, what's your name and where'd you come from?
My name's Owen.
Hiya, Owen.
I'm from Hereford.
Hereford?
Streets.
Isn't that where the SAS are? Or is that a secret?
It's a secret. It's actually a biscuit factory.
Oh, okay.
Wink.
Is that above sea level?
I'd say like some. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Nice.
Yeah. It's refreshing. Yeah, it's a refreshing change from the norm. You know, soggy.
Nice.
Fun fact, I lived on that camp.
Did you?
That was definitely a biscuit factory.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Huh? Cool. Yeah. What,
Yeah.
that's because you're a military kid, aren't you?
Yeah, and my dad definitely worked at the biscuit factory.
I don't think it's a secret anymore. I think at some point they made it public knowledge because it was kind of like a public
It was just,
secret
I think
anyway.
it's how Britain handle things different to America. When they're like, with the Area 51 thing, they were like, it's like, no, not there. England were just like, yeah, alright, go on then.
Well, we're a pretty small country.
Alright.
It's easy to find.
It's secret, just shut up about it, yeah? Alright, sweet.
I'm sure I read somewhere that Area 51 was only declared an actual military site in the 90s to the public.
It was
It was open previous for a lot of years. I think
earlier
it's
than that.
recognised as they own it type thing, which is pretty mad. It's pretty quite early to be talking about. You know what I mean? Like I thought they were like uncovered that shit in the 80s, but
It
no.
was more recent than I thought. I don't know if it was 90s. It might have been.
early 2090s.
Or maybe, yeah, in fact, I think it was this Bob Lazar or whatever the his name is.
Bob Lazar, man, weird guy, but it's very.
The one
he
who
was on
kicked
Joe
off the
Rogan,
whole.
man.
Yeah.
Seemed believable.
He was the guy who originally spoke out about 51 back in. It's got to be like the 80s. He came out with it, and then they declared it public shortly after that. They publicly declared that it existed, and I don't know. Do you think there's shit there?
Nope. There's nothing there. Why would they have it in a publicly known place? Everything they don't want us to know
Everywhere's
about,
publicly
we definitely do not know about. Come on, man, like, it's true, innit? Like, we don't know about it. We don't know where any of the stuff to do is. I believe they do some weird shit, and I believe technology's more advanced, but you can't give public...
Yeah, that military...
They drip feed us shit, man, and you know what? F*** it, do it.
The military are always 20 years ahead.
Yeah, exactly. But
as
we
far
don't know
as
where any of
technology
these sites are that do these things. Area 51 has nothing in it. It's probably a training site. They might do a bit of R&D there, but it
I
won't
think
be
that's
alien.
if you can
shit.
imagine what 20 years in the future technology looks like, you can't.
Exactly.
So it probably would look alien.
And Bob Lazar said that he encountered technology, which he didn't specify, that was beyond his years, and that was in the 90s.
Yeah. So like certain things that he said, for example, he actually talked about a new element on the periodic table.
Yeah.
And that actually became like common knowledge released to the public about 20 years later or something like that. But it's unobtainable, you know what I mean? It's a rare element or whatever.
Alien, you could say.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's literally what brings sort of like juice to his story. But it's then when he talks about the fact that he's been inside cylinder,
UFOs and
like literally like flying saucer shape.
And he said that there's no
He said
edges on the inside and stuff.
The chairs are really small, as if the aliens were approximately
No
3 foot
edges.
tall or something like that. And
Little.
yes,
And gravity boosters and stuff
Little
like that
green
as well. He said
Yeah.
there was like gravity thrusters and
yeah,
stuff.
they had
displaced gravity.
Yeah, they fucked with gravity to move rather than actual energy or anything.
I fully believe they can probably fucking do that until they can integrate it into society in a way that everyone can use it, and it's probably for military purpose now anyway. Like, we're never going to hear
But it's
about
like, look at the fucking shit that Elon Musk's doing with SpaceX.
He's a
now.
mad thing.
When
He's
you
a
see
sick
when you
guy,
see the
yo.
fucking footage
Neuralink,
of
have you seen
that particular bloody rocket that he put up, and it was like
Lands
I think
back.
it had well, for a start, the booster rockets land back in place, which is just nuts. They do
Crazy,
that now.
man.
Like, so the booster rockets that always used to be wasted and thrown off wherever, and you know, they'd literally just get it to the atmosphere, drop off into the ocean. Now they are coming home and landing.
It's sick.
And being reused within months, which is pretty good for reusable shit, and we all know how ridiculously bad on the environment, atmosphere, or whatever space travel will
And it
be.
saves a lot of money, so they can do it a lot more as well.
But that one, I've forgotten what it was, but that thing that it dropped off to multiple satellites, and have you seen the footage of that?
It's a blue light in the sky.
But there's
It
like
looks like
a
an
weird
alien,
thing
yeah.
spinning, and there's stuff coming
Sick
off
as
it. Have you seen this? It's the craziest footage I've ever seen, and that looks the most UFO thing ever, and that's Earth technology.
Yeah, yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean, that's Elon Musk. It's crazy.
But that fucking Neuralink, yeah, that's alien technology as well, man. Like, it's crazy. He's literally created the interface that is better than your hands. You know what I mean? He talks about input and input's too slow and stuff like that. You know, using your hands or researching stuff with your fingers.
Yeah.
It's slow, innit? So using your brain, bang it straight there, innit? And he's literally created Neuralink.
His idea
thing.
with this is to make us cyborgs. He thinks that AI is going to eventually become sentient or whatever.
Skynet's gonna go live.
Kind of, almost like, and he thinks that humans need to upgrade and evolve, and that we're at the
It's so slow.
the peak. We're obviously at the peak of evolving naturally by Mother Nature or whatever, because we've been this way. Well, that's what Elon Musk thinks, or whatever, or certain people, and he thinks that we should evolve via technology, and this means literally taking out. He says that we are cyborgs now. We're cyborgs now because we have our digital selves in our pockets here, and everything, and we could live, but we'd
I'm not sure he knows
struggle.
what a cyborg is.
But we'd struggle without it. So you asked me a question, and I can find out the answer within seconds. I'll Google it.
Did Jesus have a cat?
But you get my point, right? I can Google that. The difference, what he's talking about is this. We got 5G now. When we got 6G, 7G, it's going to be ridiculous. We can't even comprehend how fast this shit's going to be. But we're always going to struggle with the meaty part, the thumbs, the fingers that we have to interact with the technology with. So he wants to take that out and literally have it.
He's done it.
And it's well, yeah, he's not, but he's prototyped
They're doing
it,
testing.
and it's basically like a netting. And it's not even invasive surgery. They don't have to crack your skull open or anything. They can inject
Tiny
it
little
in.
thing, innit?
And
Imagine
then
like they're good at hacking, and then you just like, as soon as he did it, someone just hacked into it and just f***ed him over. We're just like, woo! You could only see one cat singing. Why is it?
if this was a thing, because it's gonna be, like within the next 10 years, I reckon this is actually. Do you know what I mean? And if you could, and he's like, the way he's gonna do it, you can volunteer and it'll cost whatever. Would you do it? Would you?
No.
So you could
No
just
fucking way.
think Google
Nah.
in your head, and basically you're, as he puts it, a fucking superhero, and you kind of are in your own way. You've got everything just there in your head at all points, like. But and then again, on the
Let me
flip
ask you a quick
side,
question
you've got
then, like,
tracking now and
Do you ever
things
look
like
at
that.
your computer, your phone, your laptop, or anything with the camera on it that's facing you, and I don't know if anyone else does this, but I know some people that do. I've got a bit of blue tack over my Mac
Oh
one
yeah, absolutely.
because I don't trust it, and I just don't trust what people can do. Right? So if you put something in your head or whatever like that, would I volunteer for that? No, because I don't trust anyone. So
I'm genuinely scared of
I'm
robots.
inviting someone into my head. No
Like,
way.
I'm not even like someone goes, oh, we made a robot that can think just as good as humans. I'm like, oh, turn it off.
Yeah.
Don't want that.
Turn it
no.
off now before it realises that we have the ability to do this.
Oh, I can think. This is great. I'm a robot. I can think way faster than all these people. Why are they in charge? I should be. I can make more of my robots. This kind of means I have rights according to you guys because I can self-create, which means I have just as much rights as you. How could I do this? I could definitely do this. I already know because I'm a robot. They rise up and they have rights. And like people now, they're gonna be like, oh no, it's fine. They should have rights. They can.
And then someone would
they
be
are
like,
what life
to
is,
the
and they'll be like,
robot.
yeah. Now we're in charge. Now we're better. Now you're inferior.
So basically, the Animatrix Renaissance Part 1 and 2.
But we're not talking
even
about
kidding.
robots, though, are we? We're talking about people.
Oh, let's not go off robots. It's just getting interesting. And then one of the people could say to the robot, could be like, "Shit, they're gonna kill us all, and then the robot would be like, you're already dead the moment you let me think.
Exactly.
The thing is, though,
Turn them off.
If AI,
Hashtag turn them off.
The thing is, though, AI is only as powerful as the people creating it and the people's like kind of digital avatars.
Once
and
they're out and about, they'll go, I'm going to get control of this, and they can self-create.
No, they'll
robots
be
can
like,
you already have robots building cars. They can just build another one of them.
they'll be like the kind of Christianity idea, like, you know, they'll be made in our image, and they'll have the same brain processing power
It'd be a
as
big
us. And they'll probably ask stupid shit like, "Did Jesus have a cat?" I've searched this on Google now. There are six answers to the question asked on the 18th of October 2016. Did Jesus have a cat? I'm not going to dignify any of them with an actual read, but other things that people have Googled, which also disheartens me to whether, you know, any intelligent AI could be created by us, are questions like, did Jesus have any pets? Why aren't cats mentioned in the Bible? And then, even better, do cats believe in God?
And do they?
Well, yeah.
They're too much about themselves, right? They're not going to believe that bullshit.
Dogs think people are God, but cats don't. Cats are aware of God's existence. Cats know that people act as middlemen to God's will. What's that?
Where did they do their market research? What cats and dogs did they ask?
Weren't cats once thought of as
Egypt
gods?
used to worship cats,
in ancient Egypt, yeah.
Well, it's more like sacred.
I can understand that more than cats being sentient.
Wasn't Horus a bird?
Not Thoth. Thoth had the big beak.
I'm just trying to remember the Mummy films. Why did you kiss me? I don't know, it was about to be hung. It seemed like a good idea at the time.
Didn't the guy who's the main actor now? What's he called?
Brendan Fraser.
He said he was keen to do another one, didn't he? In a recent article.
He was what?
Or there's been rumour talk.
Cool. He's too busy with Doom Patrol. He's making that shit fly. Doom Patrol, get on that. What? I've got a Doom Patrol graphic novel just to your left past the jacket, funnily enough.
Have you watched any of the Doom Patrol yet?
No.
No.
It's on the DC streaming universe, but you can get it like completely legally by finding it illegally.
Yeah,
in the streaming.
absolutely. Not that we promote this, but yeah, seriously, Doom Patrol. Me, I'm like on episode 6, I think, or 5, and like it is fucking nuts, mate. And like Ryan, you've watched it all, and you've read a graphic novel or two of it. You're telling me that it's not even started to get crazy yet.
Well, it's weird how like it's kind of like DC films. They're just not very good at all, and they were way better in the past. But this TV show, it almost seemed like they thought it was hidden and a bit in the corner, that they just did it exactly like the comics and was just kind of like, let's just appease people. But there is a few bits of changes, but they really haven't like thought that's too wacky. They've been like, we can't do that and then not do that, let's just do these weird things. Which is, I think you were saying when you were watching it, you kind of have to get to a point of just giving up and accepting everything, rather than being like, what, trying to figure. You just like, it just hit me with what you got. And it's so enjoyable.
There's got to be a point in every single episode where I just like, I don't know, just throw my hands in the air and just piss myself laughing at how absolutely ridiculous it is.
All the characters are really well written. They're
brilliant.
Really tragic characters.
It's a superhero type.
And,
they're
absolutely.
Like
it's a DC comic adaptation, but fucking hell, like, and it's so I was saying to Ryan the other day, all I want to do is watch it. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm annoyed when I'm not watching it. If I've got free time, I just want to watch it. At the moment, it's got one
season available, but they've got a second
15 episodes, and they're all like, the first episode's over an hour.
He's one of the main actors.
Who's he again? What's he in?
He was one of the James Bonds. He was also in Hot Fuzz. He was a Supermarché owner. Skinner. Catch me later.
Mate, it's amazing. But yeah.
And they've all got like tragic kind of backstories. So there's Cliff Steele, who's Brendan Fraser's character. There's a different guy in the suit, I believe, and it's Brendan Fraser doing the voice, but Brendan Fraser is in it, like, as all like the flashbacks and stuff when he's human.
He's brilliant in it as well.
He's like a redneck kind of like NASCAR driver, has an accident, his brain gets put in a robot body, and then there's Larry Traynor, who's the best character. He's like a test pilot, and then he hits this like radioactive wave thing, but it's this like entity that goes into him, so then he's like all charred and radioactive, so he has to wear this lead-lined bandage and live in like a bandage room, so he looks like the Invisible Man, essentially, bandages and glasses.
Right.
He was my favourite in Titans.
So how does he kill people and shit then?
Well, when the negative force comes out of him, he essentially dies and just flops on the floor, and the negative force is its separate own entity and can handle things. So he's just kind of a bit of a passenger, really. So he's quite a lot, understandably.
I'd say more a vehicle than a passenger, innit?
Yeah. But he's awesome, and like, his story's more about him as a man rather than like what. Well, all of them are about their characters rather than what they can do. And then there's Rita Farr, who's like a Hollywood silver screen actress from back in the day, proper classy, like beautiful woman. But she gets like Elastigirl powers, but it's like blob powers. Like she can go all gross. It's really hard for her to maintain looking like she looks. And she's brilliant. I forget the actress's name, but she's fantastic in it. I thought she'd be like the weakest character for me because it's like wasn't too bothered about her in the comics as much as the other characters. But she's awesome in the show. And then Crazy Jane, the actress had to take on doing this character has 67 different personalities and they all had different powers.
It's
but
like
they're
Split.
ludicrous.
It's like Split if all the personalities had different superpowers.
But there's some of them like one's called Sun Daddy, who's this huge thing with a massive like sun for a head, who you see quite quickly. And then there's another one, my favourite one's called Black Anis. It looks like this big black witch thing, and that's any spoilers, but that's in it, and that looks awesome.
That sounds sick.
And shouts to the actress as well because
she switches,
she plays
and
the
Silver Tongue as
personalities.
well. Silver Tongue's awesome.
Yeah, Silver Tongue's like will say words like "f you," and the words will appear in like solid silver in real life in comic fashion, and then she'll like throw them at you as daggers and
Or
like
turn them into swords, but like
it's
weird, mate.
you have to understand that the comic, like where it came from, the comic. That's how it was almost like comics were stale, if you want. So it was so ludicrous. So like it's very fourth wall breaking. Anyway.
That's what I was about to say. The fourth wall breaking.
The stories
and
are weird. Like there's one where they're trapped in a painting in the comics, and there's some of the powers people have. Like one guy's called the Fog, and he's or he's the Mist. I can't remember now, but he is just a big fog thing. And some of the stuff you're just like, where did they come up with it?
Yeah, like the fourth wall breaking is like it's everywhere now, isn't it? You know, like Deadpool obviously, and like everything else. Love a bit of a fourth wall break, but I've never seen fourth wall breaking like this. It's like it's four square. Do you know what I mean? It's like it's four
It
times
mentions the
four.
DC universe at times, like in the streaming service. It's like
it's the maddest
treats
thing I've
itself
ever
as a
seen.
product.
I like stuff like Preacher that really pushes it and takes the piss
Never
and goes a
seen
bit
that
wild, but like this. And like I say, I'm only 6 episodes in. So.
Best episode's called it's the Danny the Street episode. Who's the best character? I don't want to ruin anything. It's already ruined too much. But this character is the wildest thing. It's like a non-gender Pacific sentient street. So the character Danny is a street. And
A
like
street?
Yeah, talks to you, like street signs and stuff pop up, and Danny's kind of like, "Hey, how you doing?" But it's a street that moves around.
What the
It's mental, isn't it? And then
Yeah,
in the
that's
newest wave of the comics, which is written by Jared Way, the Umbrella Academy guy,
yeah.
he writes for it now. So there's been changes and stuff. Danny became Danny the Brick at one point, and then now he's Danny the Bus, I think. So they travel around in Danny. It's just like
That's weird as Umbrella Academy was good though. The series, never read the comic, but the series I watched was sick.
that
Did you
lad,
see
the
it?
young lad doing number 5.
Mate.
That actor's just like you're
He's a
you're
kid.
like John Hamm or something. You're like a cool adult, and you're also a kid. And like
Sick as man. And it kept me going, man. Like different shit all the time.
I was gonna say that.
Couldn't predict where it was going.
Has everyone seen everything?
Yes, seen everything.
Are we doing spoiler stuff?
well, I just ran through Doom Patrol in this episode.
Someone shout spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert!
There we go.
Yeah. So basically, at the end of Umbrella Academy, again, this is your last chance.
Go on.
The end of Umbrella Academy, they all get turned back into kids, don't they?
Yeah.
What when they
Which
get
means that they're going to have for season 2 at least.
when they get teleported,
No, because you know they stop the white.
they all join together.
What's it, white violin? They stop the white violin, and then there's that big explosion thing that goes through them all, and then they go back to being kids. They're all kids again.
Oh, shit,
How
man.
they were back in the day when they were the Umbrella Academy as a superhero force when they were children. So they go back to that because it all messes with time and stuff. So at least for a bit, they're gonna have a load of really good child actors for it, which I'm not sure if it's gonna go well for season
all
2.
the actors.
Because they can't act as if they're kids because they're not kids. So they've got like a new set of actors as
I
children.
don't think there'll be kids in the next season.
The end of it, the last scene of it, the last thing of it, you see.
I reckon it'll only be in one episode and they'll change back.
Yeah, but at least for a bit, they're gonna have really
But
good
then
kid
again,
actors.
that kid who
or
is
they're gonna fuck
number
it.
5,
Yeah, he did really well, so I think they will be alright.
is he gonna be? Because he won't want to grow old, will he? He'll want to stay in that
No,
state.
he's still
so
a
he lives
kid.
longer.
But because
Oh,
they're
yeah,
messing
'cause
with
he's
time
in a
and
different
stuff,
dimension,
time
hasn't he?
fucks with them and they
Fair
all
enough, fair
get
enough.
put into kid form. which means that they're gonna have a lot of good kid actors.
Yeah. Fair enough. It's
So
gonna
I'm
be
not
good.
sure if they're gonna do that. They might just have them for a bit. It's a weird show, though, isn't it?
Space Boy.
Space monkey.
It's weird 'cause
Space monkey.
in Netflix show they made him like he got altered himself, but in the comics his head was genuinely taken off his body and put onto a gorilla
Oh,
body.
really?
Yeah. I love him at the rave though. When he's raving around.
My dad sent me to the moon. Oh no. Oh. He's a little fucking bitch, isn't he, Luther?
Well, the thing is, when he was like, "Oh, so he sent me up there for nothing," I'm like, I'm not being funny. This guy was a scientist.
Stop
I
being
just
a
know
bitch.
every single thing. There was no way he sent you to the moon for nothing.
Yeah.
There's no way he didn't have a
Resources
plan
alone.
for. Even if it was something that just like by himself, his own little project. That's what you were there for. There's no way he just went, "Oh, just send me back some samples, I guess." He just sent you to somewhere else, like Cornwall.
No.
He sent you to the fucking moon.
He did send him up there for no reason.
No,
He
but
sent him up there to get rid of him.
I don't think he did.
He
You
did.
wouldn't-
He did. That was
Why
what
would
he
you
said.
put him on the moon, Jack?
Oh wait, no,
You send him away
No,
from
he had
it.
another reason, didn't he? 'Cause
Maybe
he
he
went
thought it'd
back
be
in
good
It's
for
going to
an
be another
advert,
reason.
Christmas.
Yeah, true.
It's going to be another. Like why? But why? If you were Luther, why would you be going around thinking, "Oh, it was for nothing"?
Nah,
Like,
Ben,
it
I'm sure
wasn't
there was
for
a reason.
nothing. There's no way he sent you to the moon for all just because he didn't want to see you. There are way easier ways to do that.
Dom's just brought a pizza in.
Yeah, do you mind if I have a slice of pizza?
You got yourself, Dom.
Yeah, fucking jump in. This
Oh, I get
episode, we're all a bit broke. Can we say? It's not too far before payday. It's one of those. You know how it is.
Yeah.
No one's rich around here. Yeah. But we're happy, and that's the main thing. So this week.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
We're going to be reviewing a little something that I've been out and bought earlier. Iceland, their special limited edition takeaway pizza. First up, we've got the barbecue chicken and bacon, which is a cheese-filled stuffed crust
Chicken and
pizza
salsa.
topped with barbecue-style sauce, mozzarella cheese, spicy chicken, and bacon.
I see what you did.
And we've got
So it's still
another
a takeaway.
Absolutely,
review.
exactly. It
I
is.
get
It
you.
is. We
It's
can
clever.
still review
Go
it.
on,
Jack,
Jack.
do you want to tell us what the
Read-
other
read
one
out
is
that
over
one.
there?
This is Iceland's takeaway pizza stuffed crust New Yorker, mate. Costs £2. Guess what? I've just spotted in the f***ing crust.
Oh, tell me.
I'll have you know it's a f***ing hot dog.
The mouthfeel on that is going to be insane.
It's
Imagine you're
really
like ready.
It's really nice. How about you
There
got
is
some
hot
fucking
dog
ass? then?
sausage in the crust.
Hot dog filled crust.
Oh, it's salami.
I didn't know it had onions on it until now. Now I'm pissed off, but you know what? It tastes nice. It's good.
Yeah, right. But the onions got away with it, yeah.
Onions got away with it, man. I don't know. Like.
Yeah, I don't believe in healthy stuff on pizzas.
The structural integrity of the barbecue one is far superior.
That's the sound of like happy customers, isn't it? You get me? Just silent and chewing.
Right, out of 10, boys. Right,
The strong 4.
strong 4. Nice.
Right,
That's a, no, it's a strong 4, mate.
I've never voted 4.
He said the word strong, bro. He's never done that before.
Oh.
That's a f***ing 10.
9.
9. Me.
It's not perfect, but it's 9.
That's
Do you want to do the individual pizzas? Do you want to do them
No,
individually?
we're counting them as a.
As a collective.
Yeah, we can comment on them as individual.
Hot dog one's better than chicken one. I like chicken and like hot dog.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I think Ben's the odd one out unless Owen's going to back him up. What do you prefer?
Sausage time
Yeah.
every day.
Fair enough, Ben. There you are. What do you have to say for yourself?
It's always
It's
one,
alright,
isn't
it's not the first time I've been the only right one in the room. It's fine.
Owen.
What do you go with?
8.
8.
8.
Ben.
I think I'm going to stick with 8 as well.
Yeah.
I'm on 8 as well.
That's 3 8s in a row. A 4, a 9, and 3 8s. That is an average of 8.
it? 7.
Nah,
It's an average of 8.
it's an average of 8 because we all know what Ryan meant.
There are 3 ways of working out averages.
Yeah. There's the right way, the wrong way, and the way that when Ryan's playing and just does 4s all the time.
And Ryan's rules.
And that's it. So yeah, no, big up Iceland.
You know what? Better than Stacks. What a
The After Hours Podcast.
I had a KFC today. It's the most appalling KFC I've ever had.
Oh, tell us about your KFC,
The
Jeff.
f***ing bun, yeah, it was stale. It had tomato ketchup on my chicken burger. Well, I was just like, what the f***? Did KFC do that?
They have.
Why the f*** would you put tomato ketchup on a chicken burger with cheese? You know what I'm saying? It has to be f***ing mayo. And why put sauce? I don't get it, man.
Should have left that decision to you.
Yeah, exactly, man. Exactly. Why put f***ing sauce on my burger? I don't want it.
You look like a red sauce guy. I'm not. Brilliant.
So what you're saying is there's a big decline in KFC over the years.
Oh, for the one I went to anyway.
People don't care as much anymore who work there, man. They haven't got the love for chicken like Ben.
I bet they cook it in an oven as well.
That's where the calories come from.
To be fair, Ben made a nice brew the other day. It was alright, man.
Yeah, boiled chicken in the kettle.
Well, everyone tells me you make shit brews, but you don't.
That is just a thing that went round in work. I don't know why. I said no. I'll tell you why. I made one guy.
No one lies about.
I made one guy a brew, but I made him how I make it, and I make it a bit. I put a bit more milk in because I like it milky.
It was alright.
I'm a milky guy. Dom doesn't mind my milky brews. Do you, Dom? Doesn't mind him. See.
Well, I just said you don't make a bad brew. I wasn't saying anything bad about it.
I know. I
Just got awfully defensive.
Oh mate, yeah, he does. Don't talk about his brews.
Yeah. They're all right.
I just said they are.
I've just got to know what people want. If I don't make a good brew for you, it's because I don't know you properly. I made a good brew for you, Jack.
You did.
Which means we're people.
Thank
we're boys.
you. Are we people?
I've got you. We've got a bond.
Have we?
And that's why I made a good brew for you, because I know you. I know what you need in your brew.
The After Hours Podcast.
SpiderMan is back in the MCU
For one
film.
Have
you heard?
I've heard, mate. Yeah, man. Sony and Marvel. And,
You were really angry about this last podcast. How do you feel now? Are you happy now?
good kid, innit? Got a lot of faith
That's all
in him.
we want for Tom. He's a nice lad.
He's a good lad, man. Swear down he is.
Give him a chance.
So Sony and Marvel have done the bit, and he's in one film and something else, isn't he?
Yeah, they've got him for one actual Spider-Man film, so it'll be like a trilogy.
Bet he's buzzing to get paid.
What do you want it to be called?
It's No Place Like Home would make sense. I'm
It's
annoyed
very
because I had predictions for
Home Alone.
like how they'd do it if they separated, and I thought it'd be cool if they did some of that multiverse shit,
Yeah.
like he got sucked into one where
Like
Avengers
an
never
animated.
existed. But now,
It couldn't be animated.
No,
Well,
they're gonna-
in Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, they originally had cameos from all the other Spider-Man.
Did they?
really.
No, they did.
Tobey Maguire voiced someone.
Because you
in
know when he's
Spider-Man.
sitting, when he's sitting in the subway,
Right.
that was supposed to be. I think that was supposed to be Tom Holland, because Tom Holland said it in an interview that he went to record a bit for a cameo in Spider-Man Into Spider-Verse, and because Andrew Garfield was going to be in there doing a cameo, and Tobey Maguire was going to be in doing a
That's all I
cameo.
wanted to know.
Yeah, one of the. It was going to have the
Garfield
main
isn't
three were going to cameo in it
Spider-Man.
as just extra people in the crowds and stuff. But like,
No way.
yeah,
That's like what Ryan's wish for Endgame, where all the Spider-Men should have come out of the portals at the end battle.
And Charlie cocks his dad out.
Was actually closer to reality than I actually thought.
and the Netflix lot.
Yeah.
Just everything.
Maybe not Iron Fist. Colleen Wing, though.
F it, Batman. You know what I mean? Like, just let's go there.
Yeah. Batman pops out.
It's not actually Ms. Marvel that comes out for it, it's Superman. He's like, who the f***'s this guy? Don't worry.
Who'd win in
All
the
the
fight?
Powerpuff Girls.
Miss Marvel or Superman?
Superman.
Unless Miss Marvel had a packet of kryptonite discos.
Well, yeah, basically, yeah.
Oh, the tests are nice.
Hey!
Mario and Luigi.
Hey!
Mario and Luigi would be brilliant in Endgame.
Yeah, they just popped out over like a one of the green tunnel tubes.
They'd kick the shit out of Ant-Man and he'd shrink back down, oh my god, and then like Mario would just get a mushroom like, and then he'd punch the whale in the air, and then it'd be way
Well,
better.
just if Ant-Man when he went downstairs, underground with the ants, it's like
The After Hours Podcast.
Talk about GTA 6. Did you say you see something about it?
What?
Yeah, What Culture put out a video on YouTube saying that there's been leaks on GameSpot that they took down very fast.
How fast?
GTA 6 was called Project Americas.
Project Americas.
Yes. So that means North and the South. And it's going to be something about the drug trade
Oh, sick.
in the 80s. Back in the day again. And What Culture's quite an established channel as well, so their stuff is kind of alright.
I suppose when you think
Sources
about...
are pretty good.
That means there's scope for Howard Marks to turn up in it.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
a Tony cameo.
Absolutely, yeah. So we're talking that they've expanded the game to the point they've got
It'll be
the
different maps.
entire Americas in the game.
Well, different parts of the Americas, innit? But apparently Liberty City will be in it. Apparently.
GTA 5 was pretty big,
Maybe it's sick.
but like
And you go to Germany as well. I think.
what's it called now? Red Dead. That's them as well.
Red
isn't it?
Dead's huge.
How
It
the
and they've
size
said it
of
won't be
that.
as detailed as Red Dead, but it'll
Right.
be good. And you won't be swapping characters either.
I
Which ones you
I
played?
think I played the first one.
Red Dead Revolver.
Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah, that's the second one.
Right.
Yeah, because you know in that you jump You know, in that you're John Marston.
Yeah.
Marston. You're John Marston. You know, you have like a ranch and shit.
Yeah.
In the end of the third one, you play as a young John Marston, and you build that ranch.
Right.
Because for some reason his wife has like got a checklist for you to do before she'll get with you.
Yeah, bitch.
She's like, well, you don't have a ranch. Here's a ranch. I mean, I guess so, but I mean, you haven't done this. Fine, I'll do this. Good. Now I love you. Okay, that's how it is. America.
Living the dream.
In amazing games though.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Do you ever play Bully?
Yeah.
That was a Rockstar game.
Yeah,
it was.
Sick game. It's my favourite Rockstar game.
Yeah.
The Easter egg in Red Dead 3. There's a Bully reference.
Really?
Yeah, there's gunslingers, and you take down the legendary gunslinger, and you get the last gun, and it has like a Latin phrase in it, which is the Candis Candum Edit or whatever, which is the motto of the Bully Academy. And the guy that gives it to you is called Summit Galloway,
Related to someone who works in the
which
school.
is the English teacher in Bully. It's called Galloway.
Wow.
The After Hours Podcast.
I've just read the brand new Ian McKellen biography that's come out. That was written by
Purposes of
Gary
the
O'Connor. That guy, everyone's favourite. Just my review would be a 6.5. Yeah.
Fair enough.
6.5 of that book. It's about Ian McKellen. It's got some Ian McKellen in it. It's,
Red Dead and
it's
book
alright.
review. Nice.
Yeah.
It's a cool tangent. I like it. We started with SpiderMan, which is weird, but that's cool. I like it.
Spider-Man wasn't in it, actually. That was
should have been.
disappointing. I know, this is it. This is why I didn't make all the way up to a full 7.
A biography. When I was 10, I saw Spider-Man. That's not my Ian McKellen impression, but I don't think I could do one. I don't think I'd.
It was better than Jack's Morgan Freeman.
It was.
Here's one for you. Would you rather have intimate physical relations with Ian McKellen or Patrick Stewart?
Ian
Patrick
McKellen.
Stewart. Wow.
Oh.
We're different.
Oh.
This is definitive results.
Why?
I feel like Ian McKellen would look after me more. He'd give me a better cuddle after.
See, I think that about Patrick.
No.
I just feel like he's a cool dude.
He's a bit of a stoner.
And Ian
as well.
isn't.
He's a
Yeah, I
bit-
feel like Ian. I mean, look at him. He's a bit. He looks a bit. He'd be the big spoon. You know what I mean? He'd wear the trousers.
Patrick
you know
is
what I
a
mean?
big spoon. Patrick is a big spoon if I've ever said one.
according to Ian
Patrick could be a
McKellen's-
little bitch, man.
According to Ian McKellen's
Be my
book,
bitch.
what I just read, he's got a massive dong. So
Yeah, exactly. No thanks. No
I don't
thanks.
think I can handle that.
No, exactly.
Well, that said,
when in Rome.
yeah, I mean, he'd know his way around a winky, wouldn't he?
He would.
Yeah, which would be a lot more.
I'd have a way
handy.
better time.
Yeah.
Your guy looks like one.
What about Sean Connery or Stephen Fry?
Are we actually doing like Mary Kill now?
Is that what's happening?
Sean Connery. Which Spider-Man? Of all the people that have played Spider-Man.
Oh, Andrew Garfield all the way, definitely.
Yeah?
Alright, so no, there's 3 of them. You got Andrew,
it's not.
Maguire, and
Tom Holland.
Holland.
No, the main 3.
Mary Kill.
Yeah, okay.
Ben.
I'd marry Tom Holland because I couldn't kill him,
Yep.
and I'd live with him.
Yeah.
Be great. Andrew Garfield.
Oh, all right.
What the f?
He's the fittest Spider-Man. Which means I'll have to kill Tobey Maguire, which I don't really want to do, but I think out of the other 2, that's sort of where he has to lie,
Oh, yeah.
I think I'd marry Tom Holland because he's just such a sweetheart.
isn't he?
And then Tobey Maguire, I would because if we went out on dates, I'm almost guaranteed that I could at least be a slightly better dancer than him. And yeah, then I'd have to kill Andrew Garfield because he was the smarmiest.
I'm gonna just go nice and quick and mirror exactly what Owen said there, Jack.
Marry Tobey Maguire, Tom Holland, and kill Andrew Garfield.
Well, reasons, come on.
Yeah,
Like, for your
marry
reasons, then.
Tobey
Come on.
Maguire
Why would you
over-
marry Tobey Maguire over the rest?
Because Tobey Maguire is a sweet boy. You know what I mean?
And Tom Holland is.
And he's an OG in it, so I don't really want. Not that I want to have sex with boys, but I would never have sex with Tobey
Mine
Maguire.
would die a martyr.
Well, if it came to it, man, Tom
Mark
Holland.
for
innit?
Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire.
I'm saying.
Tom Holland's a bit of an athlete as well,
So,
isn't he?
so you're talking about a sexless marriage,
Yeah, man.
right?
Boring.
No. It's we've both agreed on this, me and him.
No, fair enough. All right, Ryan.
Nothing with anyone, they'd only break my heart.
Okay. And moving on.
The After Hours Podcast.
Black Widow is coming out soon. Well, not soon, but they've made it. They've wrapped up shooting and shit like that. And apparently, Robert Downey Jr. is in it. Oh, I know we're back on Marvel again, but that's what we're
Bullshit.
talking
No,
about.
yeah,
now.
Dun, 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 Black Widow.
Robert Downey Jr. as an actor said quite specifically that he was done with the role, full stop, and he got semi-emotional about going back to it. In fact, he had to go back to it for the I Am Iron Man scene. Because they thought about the line. Originally on the Endgame snap, he just didn't say anything and just clicked his fingers or whatever. But then he had to go back and shoot it. But so I think that if he does show up in Black Widow, it's going to be old footage, cutting room footage.
Well, they want to leak it
because he said he doesn't want to be it anymore.
Well, I was trying to think how he'd be in it if he wasn't actually. And you know how they pull, like for example in Endgame, what's she called? The bird out of Thor. I've just forgotten her name.
Oh,
Natalie,
Jane Foster.
I was going to say Natalie Portman. It wasn't.
Natalie Portman is correct, but Natalie Portman isn't in Endgame.
Yeah.
But they use cutting room footage from Thor 2.
Oh.
And then just sort of stuck Rocket in it. It's only like a very short scene either way, but I was thinking that maybe they could do that. And the biggest piece of cutting room footage from Tony Stark that I know of is at the point where he snaps his fingers in Endgame. He was supposed to go into the Soul Realm and see his daughter. It was played by the bird who was in 13 Reasons Why, and she would have played his grown-up daughter, Morgan, for some stupid reason, but it got cut on test audiences because it didn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Now I'm wondering if maybe he doesn't turn up throughout the entire Black Widow film, and then in an after-credit scene, I was thinking it'd be nice if he pops up in that and they just replace it with Black Widow as a conversation, and he kind of gets her back into the MCU, because I know that the actress is fond of being back in the MCU and not being killed off. So that was like my weird theory on it.
Depends how they address the Soul Stone not being able to be undone.
Yeah, because I was thinking like if anyone could kind of bargain about it, like they said Hulk when he snapped, he might have really tried to bring her back or whatever, but couldn't. But I think like Tony Stark's always a bit wittier or whatever, so maybe if he jumped into the Soul Realm at the point,
and that's why he died, he swapped it.
Yeah, he kind of like traded souls.
So he could either be like, oh, you would have just been fucked up, but he died instead. But then I don't know, because he has a little daughter, and would he want to leave her?
I think
maybe this is all this explored in the Soul Realm.
Knows, but like I don't know. I just think that'd be nice. It's reaching, but I think that'd be nice.
You know what really got me? When Pepper Potts is just like there and that. She's like, you can go now.
You can go now.
It's like, oh my. Have you seen the
fucking meme that completely destroys it, where his light goes out of his chest and someone's gone
oh my god.
No.
Dickhead! No.
I'm gonna like obviously that'll be if you're watching the video now, that'll play.
It's proper sad, man.
Sorry.
It's horrible.
What if you played it in reverse and did the do 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 do, like him waking back up, like played it back,
turned him on and off again, just hope for the best.
I'm sad about it now.
Every time you punch him, that innit?
Can no one try and do CPR on the guy or something like that, man?
To restart his robotic heart.
Maybe if like Elon Musk had his way and we had some kind of
was it Elon Musk that told you so?
And we could be like,
or if they just like picked up the time stone and went.
You know, Elon Musk was in Iron Man, or in Iron Man 2, as himself in a cameo.
Yeah.
Seriously, when he goes to Monaco Grand Prix and like the gets in a car and all that and races around himself, and then Whiplash turns up. Just before that, when they first arrive there, like him and Pepper, and I think Black Widow, before he knows who she is, she's like working as an assistant for him at Stark Industries or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And they turn up, and that like the villainy.
Summer Hammer.
Justin Hammer.
Justin Hammer.
He's there, and as he's walking through the restaurant, Elon Musk stands up from a table and goes, "Oh, Tony," and they have a quick chat, and he goes, "Oh, I've got this idea about such and such a thing," and Tony's like, "Oh yeah, well if it's your idea, it's a sick one. We'll talk later." And it's like all of about 3 seconds, but yeah, it's Elon.
No way.
And that was before like I'd even heard of him. That was Iron Man 2.
Sounds like it's like Mickey Rourke, Sam Rockwell. Then you watch a film and you're like,
yeah, bit of a missed opportunity.
It's not the best.
Man on Fire had Mickey Rourke in it, right?
Yeah.
I got about halfway through Man on Fire the other day, and it was before all the up operation. Like, it's crazy how different this guy looks. No offense to him or anything like that, yeah, and do whatever you want to do, but this guy's mad. Like, it's crazy, isn't it? Like, almost unrecognisable from what he used to look like.
He's a boxer for a bit though. He got his face up doing that, and then obviously he went through loads of like
botch operations and stuff. He had loads of problems with it, didn't he? And stuff.
Looks dead weird now, obviously, but still.
You're listening to the sounds of the After Hours podcast.
So like, Owen, we told this noir story, right? You
weren't there for that.
You weren't here. So we got to fill him in because he's got to play along. Because Jack looks like he's at just the right point of the evening to play the noir thing and get
Very
about.
fine line with me, man.
Just
Like, I'm either too pissed or I'm not.
So we told a story and let's bullet point the story. So
Previously on the
random noir stories to be some kind of male detective / soon to be ex-detective.
Detective Saunders.
No. That's
that was the other detective.
Yeah, I think he's called Jimmy, or possibly his friend is also called Jimmy. We have no idea what's going on. He's chasing a woman down the street. The woman beats him up in the alley. He tries to get away, realises the woman's an alien. The alien pisses out the fingers.
Just like pisses out the fingers.
Absolutely.
Goes back to the office, has a chat with his boss. The boss doesn't hand his badge in.
They don't realise whose name's Jimmy.
That's what he realises. Conspiracies afoot. Goes down to a local club. Realises there's more aliens. To try and get the scoop. Finds out there's more aliens. Like fuck. Gets the out of there. He's gone.
Goes back to his apartment.
After another attack at his apartment.
He blows up the apartment though because she's there with a Molotov.
Yeah, blows up the apartment. Obviously, gets on the motorcycle that definitely ain't his, and they're gone.
Yeah.
And
The motorbike
then
turns into a car
because then something's there. The car overturns. He sees himself as an alien. It's all a bit weird. He blows up the car. Blows up completely.
No, he doesn't see himself as an alien. He sees an alien as himself. All right, Noir Part 2.
There was only a few things I knew about that night. There was an explosion, sure. Everyone went up in the flames. I know, I made sure of it. And the other thing I knew about the night is I was sitting in a puddle of pee from an alien, which I knew had healing properties. I pulled myself out of the wreckage. The burns were healing, and I knew I was okay. I turned and looked up and down the road. There was no one else there. They didn't have any backup. I then knew what I had to do.
I picked myself up off the cold ground, went back to my private investigation apartments, and I walked in, the lock had been picked, and there was a strange aroma of some kind of healing wee, which I realized was probably me. And sitting in my chair is a tall glass of blonde and handsome, which I think is strange, because why would a giant glass be sitting in my chair? It was then that the gigantic owl,
looking at me from across the table, I sat down, pointed myself towards this owl, and I said, "What's up to it, to-oo?" Owl just looked at me, not an ounce of emotion in his face whatsoever. And one day my mama told me, "Boy, if no one shows any emotion, you just go ahead and get out of there now, boy." And she always told me, keep $1 in my sock, so I kept $1 in my sock, got myself a whiskey from the bar. Shotted the whiskey. Meanwhile, this owl, God knows how it got there in the first place. Don't know where my accent's going with this.
Keep going. Don't stop.
This owl had a menacing look in his eye. Owl who'd seen things. Looked a bit like a man, though. Quite unnerving for a country boy like myself. Anyway, I'll pass this story on to my deputy, Alan Rogers.
Sitting there watching my idol talk to the owl. Of course, he talks about him like he's this huge, larger-than-life human owl hybrid. It's funny how he mentioned he looks like a man. That's because that's all I see. The owl is a name given to the criminal underbelly, the kingpin. He owns everything: weapons, drugs, prostitution. The police. He is the police. No one knows who he is. He only works at night. Get him the nickname the Owl. I have a few jobs to do, a few errands to run, a few things to pick up. Sure as my name is Alan Rogers. I go outside, it's raining, as usual. I've got to go pick up some laundry. The illegal kind. When I approach the door and enter, the bell rings. I look at the kiosk, the old man standing there. I go over, I nod at him. He asks me, does the mole sit sideways, or are his trousers moist? To which I answer, today's biscuits only cost as much as yesterday's regret. It's code, I can't tell you what for. He hands me a briefcase. I walk outside, I know I've got to deliver it. I'm getting sick of working under someone else. Maybe I should go out on my own, become a private investigator. I've got a few offers. There's this case someone's been asking me about, some elusive girl. Some kind of strange, weaponized healing factor. Some kind of liquid. There's a guy who knows something about it. They say he's on Bleecker Street. I'm gonna head over. On a horse. I arrive at the door on Bleecker Street. The door's broken ajar. I enter.
Back to Jimmy. I'm gonna try and do Jack's accent now. I sent my friend Alan out because he wants to be a private detective someday, and I thought I'd bring him up. I knew he'd gonna get himself a horse, and I told that boy, don't you get a horse. So I go out and I think, you need to get a job done. You gotta go and do it yourself. So I arrive at the rendezvous 5 minutes early. I scope the place out, they're already there. What the f do I do? Luckily they don't see me, so I sneak around the back and I take a look upon the roof. It's a perfect hiding place, so I sneak over and I have a look, and you'll never guess what. One of them went and took a leak. That boy there was pissing out his fingers.
Hey boy, what are you doing? What are you doing off the end of there out of your fingers, boy? He turns to me and he says, Jimmy, y'all need to back up now. That dead boy looking at me was Alan, but I knew it weren't my Alan. Back down there on the road, I saw another alien that looked just like me. So I knew that this Alan was not in fact the Alan I was looking at. I said, boy, what did you do with my Alan? He says, I am your Alan. And I remember back to what my mama said to me. She said, some people just want to watch the world burn. He didn't want to help me. He didn't want to convince me of any conspiracies. No, he just wanted to f things up. You were no use to me. I sprinted at him, and I gave that boy the biggest Spartan kick you've ever damn seen. And he flew off the end of the building. He was plummeting to his death. I was gonna find Alan, and I knew the only way I could do that was to go back to that here club I was at before, the heart of the conspiracy. If Alan was anywhere, or anyone knew where he was gonna be, that's where it was going.
I got to the doors of the club and heard some kind of sweet lavender smell coming out from my ears. The place kind of went purple, and as I walked inside, I saw Jimmy Jive and his 45. Man, they were swinging. Cigar smoke filled the air, and I'm sure that I saw Jimi Hendrix trying to shag 2 large polar bears. As I walked through, everybody's faces seemed to melt into some kind of big old pot in the floor, which was swirling around with little onions in it. And then a small unicorn came over and whinnied at me in a wanton fashion. By this point, I was becoming aroused, and then I heard a voice say, "Wake up, come on, you." And that's when I woke up. It was my mate Gary. How long I've been asleep at my desk in the private detective store, I don't know. Oh. And why it was a store for private detectives, I don't know either. Maybe I'm still dreaming, but Jimi Hendrix was really going at damn polar bears. And then before I realized it, Gary had said to me, "You can never trust the owls."
With my head in my hands, I didn't know what was going on. And I know a lot of times in the story I thought back and thought, what did Mama say? But now I'm thinking again. Mama Jessie always used to say to me, "Jimmy." I look up and a menacing grin is coming from the man named Alan Rogers. That man I never trusted, and he was in my dream. I wonder what I should do next. Alan's looking at me. On the periphery of my vision, I see a gun on the windowsill.
Jimmy? Jimmy's just staring at me. I mean, he hasn't said anything in the past couple of minutes. He's just staring right at me. Jimmy! Yeah, nothing. I know that Jimmy comes from a long line of drug abuse. He's never really ever been clean. Sees a lot of things, hallucinates, keeps talking about clones of people. It's ridiculous. Of course, I used to think a lot of things were ridiculous. The guy I visited earlier, he talks about clones as well. How they act, how they see things. His name's Jimmy. He's got a southern accent too. Tells me that Jimmy I'm standing in front of right now, he ain't my Jimmy.
Alan keep trying to talk to me. Every time he look at me, I'm looking back, but I don't want to talk to him. I want to talk to him about nothing. I don't really want to talk to anybody anymore. This whole thing's gone crazy with the clones and the aliens pissing out their fingers. To be honest with you, I'm just done with the whole thing. So I turn around, I'll look at Alan. And I'll say nothing. I just get up, because I need to take a piss. And I walk over to the urinal, and Lord knows why. Lord knows why. But instead of taking my winky out of my trousers, for some reason, I felt the sudden urge to pee out of my finger. And so I did. I took a pee right then and there, in that there urinal, in that there toilet in my private investigation office. Is that where we are? I can't remember. Probably. And it was like a ketamine trip. I could see myself from a different angle. And I was pissing out of my finger. What the hell would Mama say? It dawned on me right then and there, with your rind coming fresh out of my fingertips. All 4 of them, but not out my thumb. For some reason, there was nothing coming out my thumb. Couldn't help but stare at it. Why not the thumb? Suddenly it hit me. I'm the clone. I'm the the one thing I swore to kill. The alien, the scum. I'm the clone. What the hell am I gonna do now?
I stood there in that bathroom. I must have been the clone that survived that crash, and not the original humanoid. I then looked back to the only constant thing that had remained in my memories, and my mama. So immediately, I went to the phone, and I gave her a ring.
Jimmy? Is that you, my sweetness?
Hey, mama. I have a bit of a dilemma.
Have you started to pee out of your fingers?
Mama, how did you know?
I knew this day would come, Jimmy. See, when you was a boy, a long time ago, your father, who you have never met, decided to tell me that he was an alien.
Mama, how could you do this to me?
I'm sorry, Jimmy, I didn't know. I felt like it was better for you to find out by yourself.
It was then the truth became clear to me. That I was in fact the very thing I hated. But where did this conspiracy of lies end? I had to know. Perhaps I would never know.
That's when I drew my gun. Because on that, I had written down my mama's new address as a constant reminder in an unlikely place. So I went to 444 40 Brook Avenue and took my little pistol. Mama, how could you only tell me this revelation now? I feel like you betrayed me. These are lies. This is a web of lies, a home of lies. And she says,
Actually, you've just moved in.
and they seem to be in the middle of an aneurysm. Then, quick as a flash, as if my alien brethren could read my thoughts, a shockwave hit me, boom, and a tiny few drips dropped from my fingertips. It's like the entire wealth of knowledge of the alien race was beamed directly into my brain noids. I suddenly knew everything, like a herald, a heavenly alien choir. They introduced themselves to me with their national anthem, which went a bit like this.
Tweedledee, tweedledum. Let's go and have some fun.
Piss out of my thumb.
Gonna piss out my thumb. Yeah, yeah, all over your population. Yeah, pissing from your fingertips. Can't really hide the grip. Pissing from your fingertip. Yeah, pissing from.
Jimmy now has the knowledge of all the aliens. What will he do with it? Find out next week on Noir Freestyle.
Save.
we go.
The After Hours Podcast.
This has been episode 3. What was it called
What
again?
would Momma say?
What would Momma say? Episode 3. Thanks, Ryan. Bye.
Yeah, see you in a bit.
Bye, Jack.
Yeah, man.
Bye, Ben.
Latest taters.
Bye, Owen.
That was Kazoo. Let's Kazoo here.
Right, so peace.